Hi guys, welcome back to Bite Size Excel. In this video we're going to take another look at conditional formatting and particularly how you might highlight a particular row in a spreadsheet based on a value in a particular cell in that row. This also works for columns. We'll come on to that during the video. Now in this particular spreadsheet we have an example of a number of jobs, job name, client, and whether they're won or say have just been quoted or if the project's in progress. And we might want to format these so that we can quickly pick out of the list which ones have which status. So if we select all our data, if we go to conditional formatting, what we want to do is we want to create a new rule. So click on this new rule box. And what we're going to do to be able to achieve formatting a particular row, we need to use a formula to determine which cells to format. So select that option from the list. So here we want to stick in our formula. So we want, if say, this column, and what we wanted to do is we wanted to copy down the row as we go through. So we don't want it locked to the row. So this is our absolute reference. We want to take away the absolute part from the row. So we take it out from in front of the 2. So if D2 is equal to, and then we put in what we want to format. So say we want to highlight it in green if the project is 1. We need to do inverted commas, put 1 in, close the brackets. We can also select this if we have a list of the different statuses in a number of cells. We can point that to the particular cell which 1 is in. Right now we're just going to type it in manually. And then if we click on format, we want to go to fill and say we wanted to highlight in green if it's been 1. So we click on OK. And when we click on OK, you will find that the entire column is formatted. So if we click into our conditional formatting and go to manage rules, you'll see here's the formula you've just put in, D2, copying down with the row, and it applies to this spreadsheet. So we can repeat this process for the other status types, or possibly a slightly quicker way to do it. If we go into conditional formatting, go into manage rules, we can add our new rules in there. So new rule, using a formula, we want our cell value. So this cell value, we can take away the absolute reference and just lock it to the column. So we want D2 equals complete. And say in this instance, we want to actually change a pattern color. So say if the project's completed, we want it to be in a still green, but maybe this sort of hatched out green, possibly a darker color. And if we click OK, and we can repeat it. We want our loss to be red. Say we want our quote to be yellow. And when we click apply, you can see that one project is in progress. We don't have a rule for that yet, so we want a new rule. To save you typing this in, as I mentioned previously, if you have them in a list, we can just point to the correct cell and say we want in progress projects to be blue. This will be a little bit overly colourful. And if we click OK, we now have them all color coded. So if you were to change one of these, say from quote to 1, it would then change, or from 1 to in progress, it would change the color. This is where having a drop down list with your different options is really useful. So say we have quote lost 1 in progress and complete. And then we want these, if we put our data validation on, so data validation, and we want to change it to a list. We can now quickly change our status. And equally, if we go back to our conditional formatting, manage rules, we can edit that rule. And instead of having it as in progress there, we can just point to this cell, clicking OK. It'll have the same results. So that's a quick tutorial on how to make your entire row highlight by using conditional formatting. I hope that you found it useful. Please do leave me a comment, give this video a thumbs up, and do subscribe.